Have you ever wondered how your computer understands your command? Or when you click on a game, open YouTube, or type your homework, how does the computer know exactly what to do? Can a computer understand English like we do? Well, the answer is no. Computers have their own special language, and today we're going to uncover the secret behind them. By the end of this video, you'll understand how high programmers communicate with computers, and what machine languages, what high-level languages are, and why translators are one of the most important parts of programming. Let's dive in. Hello everyone, welcome back to Unwire, the channel where we make technology and computer and science and anything easy, fun, and exciting for everyone. Whether you're studying for school, preparing you for exams, or simply curious about computers, you're in the right place. Today's topic is Chapter 1, Computer Languages. This chapter is the foundation of programming. Once you understand it, learning coding languages like Python, Java, or C++ becomes much easier. Let's get started. First, let's actually understand what a computer language actually is. Before we talk about different types of computer languages, let's answer one simple question. What is a computer language? You think about talking to your best friend. You both understand English, so communication is easy. But computers don't understand English the way humans do. Instead, they give instructions written in special computer languages. A set of instructions given to a computer to perform a task is called a program. For example, someone opening a calculator, playing music, or showing a game all happens because somebody wrote a program. Every computer program is written using a programming languages. Quick question for you. Can a computer understand English directly? So computer languages have evolved over time, obviously. To make them easier to understand, we have divided them into 4 generations. Each new generation becomes easier for humans while still allowing computers to do their work. Let's explore them one by one. The first generation. Machine language is the very first computer language. It only uses 2 numbers, 1 and 0. These numbers are called binary digits, or simply binary. Okay, imagine trying to read an entire book made of only zeros and ones. That would be incredibly difficult for humans, but for computers, it is perfect. Okay, but since like computers work using electric signals, they naturally understand binary. And machine language is very fast because the computer does not need to translate it. However, writing programs in machine language is very difficult. Finding mistakes is also very hard, and every type of computer may use a slightly different machine language. So while it's great for computer, it's not very friendly for people. Now the second generation it uses mnemonic codes. It's also called the assembly language that replace long strings of zeros and ones with short words called mnemonic codes like add, sub, mult. These words stand for addition, subtraction, or multiplication. Much easier, right? But there's one problem. Computers don't understand assembly language directly. That's why a special language called the assembler changes assembly language into machine language. Assembly language made programming much easier than before, but it is still designed for specific computers. Third generation, which is high level languages. These include basic C, C++, Java, Fortran, and Pascal. These languages use words and rules that are much easier for humans to understand. Instead of writing complicated binary numbers, programmers can write instructions that almost look like English. Okay? Now, fourth generation is called 4GL, which is designed to make programming faster and easier. Instead of telling the computer every tiny step, the programmer mainly tells it what result is needed. The computer figures out many details of its own. The languages are user-friendly, faster to develop, and easier to use, and designed to reduce programming effort. As computers become smarter, programming becomes easier for people. But there's still one important question. if computers can only understand machine language, how do they understand all the other languages? The answer is translators. Translators are, so imagine you speak English, but your friend only speaks Japanese. You would need a translator. Computers also need translators. A translator changes programs written by humans into machine language so computers can understand them. There are three most important translators: compiler, interpreter, and assembler. We already learned about the assembler, which converts assembly language into machine language. An interpreter reads a one line at a time. So if it finds an error, it immediately stops immediately and tells the entire program. But it is slow. But a compiler, on the other hand, reads the entire program, then translates it, then tells you the mistake, and that makes it very fast. Languages like C and C++ often use compilers. Languages like you can say Python and BASIC often use interpreters. And so let's quickly compare compiler and interpreter. Okay, a compiler translates the whole program at once. An interpreter translates one line at a time. The compiler is generally faster. An interpreter is better at finding errors quickly because it stops as soon as it finds one. Both are useful, but they work very differently. Let's do a recap. A computer language helps humans communicate with computers. Okay, a program is a set of instructions given to a computer, and then computers understand only machine language made of zeros and ones. There are 4 generations of computer languages. Assembly language uses mnemonic codes like add and sub. Okay, high-level languages include C, C++, Java, BASIC, and Fortran. 4th generation languages are even more user-friendly, and then translators convert programs into machine language, and then the 3 translators are compiler, interpreter, and assembler. So if you remember these points, you will be well prepared for your chapter 1 exam. So that's chapter 1 completed. I hope this video helped you understand computer languages in a simple and enjoyable way. If it did, do not forget to like this video, share it with your classmates, and subscribe to Unwire so you never miss our upcoming computer science lessons. Also join our Telegram channels where you will find notes, revision sheets, quizzes, and updates to help you study smarter. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue exploring the amazing world of computers. Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and stay unwired.